What are the most overrated movies of all time?
Dude, I mean, there is a list of 25 of them.
Do you agree with them?
No,
or?
I mean, there's a couple I agree with, but I would love to hear from y'all, especially if there's not on the list and we don't mention them. What is your most overrated movie of all time? You can just shoot us a text, 704-570-9595, or if you want to argue it, you could also jump in on the convo at 704-570-9595. So I mentioned it in Can't Beat Loren earlier this morning, but Joker is the #1 most overrated movie of all time.
Okay.
Shawshank Redemption from 1994 is also on the list. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, it won all those Oscars in 2019. That's on the list. Loren, you're not going to like this one.
I tried to watch that movie, and it was too slow for me.
Okay. The most overrated movies of all time, according to The Independent, Grease.
What?
Is #5 on the list.
In whose world?
The guy that wrote the article from The Independent.
But, like, I wonder if he talked to people, like, if he did a poll, what the circumstances were people drinking?
I think it is, it's 25 films that have been rewarded with a lot of
like they didn't deserve to be rewarded.
And people talk about them all the time, but they're so hyped up by critics and awards that they simply just aren't as good as people are making them sound like they are.
Okay, what else is on the list?
All right, The Breakfast Club. I love that movie.
I could see where people now, like this younger generation, would not appreciate The Breakfast Club like we did.
But it's the same characters just in the 1980s can be representative now.
Yeah, it's just, I don't
know.
know.
The jock, the nerd, the quiet person, the bully.
I agree.
Yeah.
But movies in general, back in the day, moved quite slower than they do now.
Someone says Barbie was so ridiculously overrated. I was so disappointed. It's not on the list. I saw it and I actually liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was different. Maybe that's why I liked it. It was kind of different. You know, they did all the besides superhero movies and let's remake every old movie. At least it was fresh. All right, Gone with the Wind is on the list. The Notebook.
I am not a huge fan of The Notebook, but I understand the allure and why people love it so much. So I would never say that that's an overrated movie. It's just not my flavor.
Gladiator. I love Gladiator. Good Will Hunting with Ben.
Okay.
Top Gun. Now, why is that interesting? Because Loren almost got thrown out of our date night when Amanda was asking people what their favorite movie soundtracks were, my wife, at dinner when we had our date night over at Bonnie and Clyde's. Give them a plug bell in Ballantyne. So Loren said Top Gun not only is the best soundtrack, but it's the best movie.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, it's good, but I don't know if it's the best movie. You were like, yeah, it's
it's one of my favorites.
You were saying Top Gun 2.
Yeah. Maverick.
Yeah, Top Gun 2. That's
Yes.
right. Well, the original Top Gun's on the list, along with Elf is also on the list.
Elf's another one where I could see, I love it, but I could see people thinking it's overrated if it's not your type of comedy.
All right. What do you guys think about the list? 704-570-9595. Miracle on 34th Street was also on the list. And then just Up was on the list too, the kids movie Up.
Such a sad movie. The first time I watched that movie, I was like, this is a child's movie.
Someone says the rest of the movie doesn't add up to the brilliant, heart-wrenching first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yes, I agree.
Someone said Blair Witch Project. I agree with Barbie. It wasn't that good.
I have to really agree with Blair Witch. And I know it was like a cult following when it came out, but it had so much hype to it. And then I watched it and I was like, I have a headache. I'm dizzy. I feel like I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
That was not worth the time it took to watch.
But think about it this way, though. If you ask somebody right now about these 25 movies on the list, if they were good, chances are you're going to find 1 out of 5 that are going to say it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you find 1 out of 5 that say Blair Witch was good. It's not on this level of these movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kill Bill, same thing. You have a whole area of Tarantino movies.
Right. They're so niche that...
If you don't like Tarantino, you're not going to like his movies. A Christmas Story, someone texted in. All right, keep them coming. Let's have our own list going. What movies are the most overrated movies in your eyes?